Imagine being an introvert where you hate going out and you don't like to meet new people because of how awkward it can be. But then starting a small business where you're gonna be going out all the time and meeting new people, and you're gonna be selling your handmade products where people will potentially, but also most definitely be judging your work. Stressful. Littlefoot gets it. Hello. So I thought it would be fun to do like a crochet and chat video. So we can just kind of sit here and crochet together and I'll chat. I'll talk to you about my crochet small business, what's been happening, how I've been managing it. So yeah, if you don't already have something with you, go ahead and grab a whip and we can crochet together. Hey guys, it's voiceover DeLong, and in the video, I'm working on a completely different project than what you saw in the previous clip because it turns out I cannot crochet and talk at the same time. But you can still crochet with me as I will be working on making a chicken in this video. So, going back to the topic of being an introvert running your own small business, it turns out I may be more of an ambivert, which means I'm not a super introvert, but I'm also not as outgoing as an extrovert. So if the situation calls for it, I can act extroverted, but I do very much get drained from socializing like an introvert. And I am terrible at small talk and actually hate it, probably because I am so terrible at it. So, starting a small business around my crochet products so that I can start going to craft shows to sell those products was not an easy decision. But I was motivated and inspired by the other market vendors I saw on YouTube. And I think I had a moment of delusion and thought, I can do that. That looks easy. Okay. Well, surprisingly enough, going to the shows and interacting with the customers wasn't even the most uncomfortable part, nor is it how I made my small business do better than it would have. So last year in 2023, I started my market vendor journey with a local organization that was fairly new, and they had been hosting annual pop up shop events in our town. And I knew I wanted to start my market journey with them because I had been to one of their pop up shop events before. So I knew about it and I kind of had an idea of what it was going to look like. So reaching out to them was the first step in trying to get registered for this event. But I didn't stop at, hi, I'm DeLong. Can I get an application? Throughout the application process and after being approved as a vendor, I continued the conversation with the organizers. I asked questions about setting up for the event, which was maybe a little different than most markets because this was an outdoor event where the vendors were setting up outside certain storefronts along the main street of our town. So we were setting up outside, like on the sidewalks. So depending on what the front of the store looks like, the way you set up your tent and your tables was going to look different. And you also had to make sure that you had to leave room on the sidewalk so that people can walk through. So I asked a lot of questions about setting up. And also, they had a private Facebook group for the pop up shop vendors where I try to be more active on there as well, just posting things about how I'm prepping for the pop up shops and asking for feedback and tips because there were definitely a lot of more experienced vendors on there. And this part was fairly easy because it was all online and I wasn't talking to anyone in person. But by doing this, even though my small business was very new, I was able to get my name out there and befriend some of the event organizers and volunteers. But then, when all the pop up shop events were over at the end of the summer, they had a wrap up party where they invited the vendors to come and talk about how things went. again, this was a fairly new organization, so they wanted feedback on how to grow this annual event, but also learn how they can help the vendors more as well. And normally I would not have gone. Like, I went to the craft shows, I did it, I tried vending, I liked it enough that I know I'm gonna keep doing it. And like, I don't need to go to this party full of people I barely know, if at all, and put myself in a super awkward and uncomfortable situation. No, thank you. But I had to remember I'm now a small business owner. This is my first year and I want this to work. So I RSVP'd and I went by myself. I did not know anyone there except for like one or two organizers that I had emailed back and forth with a couple times, and we met at the pop up shop events, but that was it. So I didn't really know anyone. So I was clearly still in Delulu land where I thought, how bad can it be? Sounds fun. Let's do it. If you ask me, since starting my small business, what was the hardest thing I did? It was going to this party. And I mean, like physically, like driving myself there, like on the way to this person's house, thinking, what am I doing? Like, turn around and go back home now. Like, physically getting myself there was the hardest part because it was just so out of my comfort zone. And I was going by myself. Thinking back, I still can't believe I did that, but I'm also glad that I did because now that I've done that, if they did it again, I'd go again. I had fun actually. So it's all about expanding your comfort zone. Imagine, you're in your own bubble of your comfort and you need to expand that bubble so that you can do more and experience more and get out there. And this was me not just stepping out of my comfort zone, but expanding that comfort zone. So because I've done it once and I feel like I can do it again and not feel as like anxious to do it, my comfort zone has expanded and I need to keep doing that so that I don't get anxiety or nerves about trying all these new things. Going to this wrap up party was an awesome learning experience. Just sitting there and chatting with people. Not a ton of other vendors showed up, so there were more of the organizers and volunteers, but we still gave each other a lot of feedback, and we as vendors could ask some questions about future events and things like that. So it was almost like I was getting insider info by being there, which it wasn't because I'm sure that if any other vendors that weren't there asked, reached out to the organizers and asked, the same questions they would share. But you know what I mean? Just by being there and sharing my experience, I was showing them that I'm serious about this and I'm interested in what they're doing to reinvigorate this town. So I went back to their summer pop up events this year as well. And the events definitely grew this year, and my sales did better than last year at these events. And I still talk to them about markets and small biz stuff just through social media. And being able to befriend these specific organizers and vendors was what encouraged me more to talk to the event organizers and vendors at other markets I go to. And by doing that, you definitely do get to find out about other craft shows you didn't know about and even get invited to those events. I know being an introverted person can stop you from going out and doing these things, but do it one time. Just close your eyes, embrace the awkward. It's just one awkward moment in time that has the potential to make your entire day a great day. So just do it one time and you'll see that, it wasn't so bad. And you'll join my Delulu boat of thinking, I think I can do it again. And if you try this thing, whatever this new experience is, and you actually hated it, like it was actually as terrible and awkward as you thought it was going to be, and it was the worst decision ever, And that's okay too. Like now you know for sure, and you're not gonna wonder anymore, what if. So just do it one time, try it out, and I promise you'll be fine. And as I end the video, I just wanted to say thank you for being here and watching my videos. And I hope that they are helpful, that you are taking something away from my videos, because I really want my videos to be an encouragement for you as others have been for me. So let me know in the comments if you found my videos to be helpful in any way, and I'd love to chat with you. And also let me know if there are other aspects in running a small business that you'd like to hear more about. And lastly, next week is Thanksgiving week, so I'm gonna take a short break from posting videos so I can focus on family time. And I'll see you in another video the week after that. Bye!